We're back with WSJ Lunch Break. I'm Wendy Bound. Skyscrapers, they're going all supermodel on us. I'm talking tall and skinny. That is the new design. But what about the motion sickness? How does that work? Eliot Brown, he's going to tell us all about it. Hi.
How are you?
Good. So I have seen these buildings in New York getting taller and taller, but they're like toothpicks. This is intentional.
Yes. Prices have gone up, especially at the ultra high end, and so that allows someone who has just kind of a small lot and can get a lot of air rights to, you know, put these gigantic pencils in the air.
And why do they want to do this? Is it because people want their own floors? I mean, then they want to spread out, and if you get narrow, you don't have to have all those shared hallways when you do this?
Yeah, so there's a few reasons. That's part of it. I mean, the developers certainly pitch it as boutique. So,
right.
Hey, the elevator doors would just open right into your apartment if it's small enough.
Sounds good.
You know, another part of it is just that, you know, sometimes it's hard to get a big full block. It's expensive, and so, you know, why now that people are willing to pay a lot, especially if you go up, people pay more.
Right.
It's like, well, might as well build really tall.
Now, as someone who once had an apartment on the 38th floor of a building in Manhattan, now this was not a new building, it was a, you know, sort of, not old, but it was, you know, relatively modern. It was swayed. It swayed in the wind a little bit. You could feel it, and you could hear the wind. I mean, you can't have vertigo and have one of these apartments. How has the building science changed, Eliot, to allow them to do this and have it not be dangerous?
So one of the things they put in these things is, you know, to kind of counteract that sway, which is not too much at risk of making a building fall over, but it makes people sick. It makes them say, well, you know, it's windy. Why is this happening? So these buildings, and tall, skinny office buildings too, will put, it's called a damper in the top. Essentially, it can be a pool of water that sloshes back and forth to make it so a building doesn't literally just kind of rock back further and further.
So you don't have to take like motion sickness pills when you go home.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Where I mentioned New York, and I've seen a bunch of these buildings, including the one where the crane was dangling off of it after Superstorm Sandy.
157.
Yeah, that place has gotten a lot of publicity. Let's talk about where else this is happening in the world.
Sure. So there's one going up in Tel Aviv right now. Hong Kong has long been a place that this has gone on just because they have a shortage of land and a lot of people, and, you know, a lot of people willing to pay a lot of money. They have the most slender tower in the world based on the people who measure slenderness ratios.
Never mind. There's such a joke. I'm just not making it. Go ahead.
In Brisbane, Australia, there's one and maybe another going up in Vancouver. Also, you know, kind of a lot of not that much land, a lot of people. They have a few that have gone up recently.
Now, in terms of small, like, give us a sense. Are we talking about the width of a townhome, a couple of townhomes?
Okay.
What is small?
So it depends. It can be. There's a building right now on 57th Street that I think is literally 2 lots wide, 2 townhomes wide, 43 feet, and they want it to go up 700 feet in the air. So, I mean, that is really small. A lot of them are, you know, maybe 5, 6 townhomes wide.
Okay.
But then you have a lot of people, I mean, so, you know, a lot of them have single floors, and these little ones will do a lot of duplexes. Okay. So you have 2 floors because you can't get enough space. Very
quickly, prices of some of the homes that are in these. Just give us a range.
So it depends. I mean, a lot of them can be really expensive, especially if they have really good park views, which is where a lot of these are kind of rising up. So some homes have been selling for more than $90 million in 157. That's the one with the crane.
Not cheap to be in a skinny supermodel building.
Not at all.
All right, Eliot Brown, thanks so much.
Thanks.